Hello, how are you today?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. Me too. I'm
Yeah.
great.
So today, let's talk about you've been to the Hanoi, right?
hmm
And Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is the most different between Hanoi and Vietnam that you recognize?
They're very different. It's almost like you're like traveling between two different countries. I mean, the food's different, the culture's different, the way the countryside around there looks is different. Yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest difference is with people. Hanoi culture, the people tend to be a little more conservative and traditional. So you always feel, or at least I always feel like people are being a little more polite there, but then also that means they're being a little more buttoned up and not as casual. And I prefer the vibe in Saigon when people are a little less, or people are more casual, less formal. But I mean, both Saigon people and Hanoi people, when you actually get to know them, are equally as awesome. Um, like some of my favorite Vietnamese people that I know are from Hanoi. Some are from Saigon. I don't really have a preference. I think that people are the same deep down, whether they're from the south or the north. But people definitely act different in public, towards strangers.
Hmm. Okay. So how about the landscape? You think the landscape in the north and the south, where is it more beautiful? Like a good, better place to travel. If like Western people or any other person in another country want to travel Vietnam and they don't have much chance to travel so many places.
Yeah,
So where you offer
I
like Ho Chi
think the
Minh
north,
City.
to be honest, I think North Vietnam is better for travelers. So I'm a travel writer,
Yeah.
as you know, and I write a lot that people who are only traveling in Vietnam for a short time tend to prefer Hanoi.
Mm.
I have a lot of friends and family that have visited Vietnam for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And usually, if they go to both Saigon and Hanoi during that time, they'll say, "I love Hanoi," um, because the culture there, I feel, is more accessible. Also, I do think the landscape around there is prettier. The landscape in the north of Vietnam is prettier. Um, and also, the tourist infrastructure, I think, is a little bit better.
Mm.
But I say that travelers often prefer the north, but people that live in Vietnam, expats who live in Vietnam and have lived in both Hanoi and Saigon, they tend to prefer living in Saigon.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason for that is because Saigon has, as far as an expat is concerned, Saigon has more depth to it.
Mm.
So yeah, Hanoi tends to be a bit more difficult for a foreigner to become part of the community,
Mm.
just because Saigon is a little more of an international, uh, open-minded, progressive city.
So you offer to travel in the north and live in the south.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's basically
yeah,
the advice I would give to a traveler.
and how about the food? You think like the food in the north and the food in the south, where is it better?
Well, I
A better
mean,
flavor.
that's kind of an unfair question because I'm biased. Like, I've lived in Saigon for all 11 years that I've lived in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, Southern style Vietnamese food feels very comfortable, and I'm used to it. So when I go to the North, I'll think, oh, this is weird. It doesn't have enough flavor in it. Too much. It's too salty, or yeah, it's too bland. But that's just because I'm used to Southern
Okay.
Vietnamese food.
Thank you so much for your time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See
Goodbye.
ya.
See you.